I'm glad my wife's not here. Alright, countertop's been done for a couple of days, and I got plastic over them right now to kind of slow down the evaporation of the liquids that are in the concrete to minimize cracking, and also to protect the concrete from any kind of spills or greasy hands. Because this isn't sealed yet, I'm going to stain it first, or dye it, whatever, stain or dye or whatever. I'm not going to acid stain it, but I'm going to use a water-based stain. And then after it's stained and sealed, and then I'll put an epoxy, really thick epoxy coating like I did over there in that little chunk. But I got some filling to do. There's a lot of air pockets here on the edge, so I got some patching to do, but not too bad for my first concrete countertop pour. Countertop stained. A couple fake cracks in there. A bunch of real cracks in there. Don't pay any attention to that over there. So I'm gonna head off to Home Depot now and get some sealer and seal this. And then I got, I think it's supposed to be here by Friday, the urethane, or the epoxy, the bar top epoxy. I got that coming, so. But I'm not gonna leave the sink out until the weekend. I'll put the sink back in and hook everything back up, and put the stove back in, hook everything back up. Next week we'll be getting, or actually Thursday, right? Thursday? The 9th? Or the 9th is a Wednesday.
We'll get it tomorrow.
We'll get it tomorrow. Yeah, the stove. We get a new stove tomorrow. Cool. So that'll go in, and I think, I don't know for sure, but I think it's code that it has to be hardwired in, but I don't understand why it can't be just plugged in. Why you can't put a plug there. If you know why, let me know. Because I think I might just go ahead and put a plug in there, so if I ever have to take the thing out, all I gotta do is unplug it. It just makes more sense to me. Anyway, we'll get a new stove in here, and just hook all this stuff up back again temporarily, and then it's all going to come back out when I do the epoxy, and that's going to be an all-day event. And we got to lock the cat up so he doesn't jump on the epoxy countertop. So I'm going to use for the backsplash. These are samples, never mind. And this is the flooring that's going to go in here. And this is the flooring, this is the pergola wood flooring that's going to go in lieu of that, eventually. This is tile. And that's going all through here and in this area, from that corner over to there. Okay, so I'm gonna add another switch right here. I got a new gang here, and so I got out my hole saw and I cut this little thing out. And I don't know, do you notice anything in particular about this scene right here so far? Well, let me point it out to you. First of all, the gang boxes were installed too far back. They were installed, too far back. So the screws that came with the switches no longer worked. So instead of using the correct screws that came with the switches, they used drywall screws. And then I go ahead and cut this little hole over there, this piece of drywall out, so I can put the new box in here. And you see something missing there? Here, let me get some light on the subject. No insulation. No insulation. There's some there and there's some down yonder, but there's a hole here. There's insulation missing. And that's just being a hack. So if you're building houses and that's the quality of your work, that's just wrong. Don't do that. Take some pride in what you do, will you? So here's why I'm putting another switch in there. I want to put under cabinet lights. I got some LEDs coming on the way. There's going to be one LED under each one of these cabinets. So there's, hi wife.
Hi.
7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And being LED, hi. Being LED, they are 12 volt and they are running off a power supply. So that switch that I'm putting in, I'm gonna run a wire up that cavity, and I'm gonna put a duplex up there, electrical outlet above the cabinet, and I'll plug the power supply for the LED lights. I'll put it up on top of the cabinet, plug it in up there, and then I'll run the wires down the gap between the cabinets right there, and I'll run a groove in the drywall and run one of the wires over to there to the other cabinet. So you hit the switch and the lights come on. But I gotta do that before I put the backsplash in, because it's gonna get thin set and all that stuff over top of it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Sure.
Oh, awesome. All right, so I just took these switches out of the box there, and check this out. The Sparky never tightened the damn screws down on the freaking switches. So now I gotta go through the whole freaking house and inspect all the freaking switches and all the plugs and make sure the damn Sparky did his job. That must have been Friday after lunch. God, what a bunch of hacks. So this is the light switch in the kitchen. That's above the sink. This is the garbage disposal. I'm gonna flip this switch on and run the garbage disposal, and I'm going to show you why you should tighten down the screws on a frickin' switch. That's how houses get burnt down.